All right, today on Cabal Cast, we're going to be in Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Route to do a Christmas holiday VOD. This game here is on the map Tournament Crater, and we got Jackster as random against Unidentified, which is zTipzee, playing as Reaper 17. So everybody knows who Unidentified is. zTipzee, famous 2v2 player, loves playing with one vision all the time. Jackster, I don't know who he is. I checked him out on Shadowbreak. He only has one account. So it must be some kind of player that I don't think anybody's heard of before. But anyway, let's get this game started here. In the north, we see this is going to be blue. This is Jackster. He's playing as the blue GDI forces, so GDI Vanilla, Steel Talons, or Zocom. And in the south, we see Unidentified, a.k.a. zTipzee, playing as the Cyan Reaper 17. So it looks like both players are going to go for their tip spikes, which is to the left and right side of their bases. Since it's not going to be a meme game, nobody will capture the mutant hovel, I'm assuming. Jackster's got his engineers out, and he's going to capture the tip spikes on his side of the map. We see some competition already in the center of the map here, and we see that zTipzee is going to lose one of his buzzer squads to that Refman squad. A little unfortunate out there, but Jackster is going to be getting into the base of zTipzee and seeing what he's going to be up against. I'm not sure if zTipzee, yep, he has a couple more buzzer squads scouting across the map. He's got both of them on the left and right side, so he's going to be hopefully getting to the base of Jackster and see what's going to happen. Jackster is going to be Zocom, so Procom, bonus com for Jackster, and he's got his War Factory up. Same thing with zTipzee, and he's going to get scouted with those Refman squad scouts. Looks like they're just going to go around the map here. I'm not sure if zTipzee is going to lay on a buzzer squad, buzzer hive. Oh, that was a little bit wrong there. Oh, maybe not, because actually, maybe he will get away. Oh, no, he won't get away. Just get a little bit of out of range there. Would have been a waste of $300 there for zTipzee, but he managed to take out the Refman squad scout. But speaking of which, there's another Refman squad right here. It's going to be hopefully taking out that buzzer squad so that it'll keep zTipzee not scouting a Jackster's base, but I think Jackster may be able out of range of that Refman squad. It's going to be pretty close, but Jackster gives up on that. Actually, what's going to be happening on there? Looks like zTipzee is going to be going and capturing the Refman squad scout. Looks like Jackster is not paying attention. He's going to lose one of his Refman squads. So nice back and forth there by zTipzee. Actually, there's another Refman squad inside the base of zTipzee, and in Jackster's case, it looks like he has a 2 and 4 in this field, which is a very good ratio. He has his MCV right here on the platform, and you're placing down some refineries on this field right here, which is exactly what both players are going to be doing. It's nice how this map here has that protective plateau there, so you can actually build, you can keep your MCV and or drone platform right up there, and then it'll just be completely safe from like all the defensive capabilities for itself. You can just place down turrets up there and then just camp from all that distances while the base is being defended here by a bunch of tanks and infantry. The drone platform will be safe. So that's this kind of concept here from Technique. I really like this kind of concept. So anyway, we got the extractor out from zTipzee. He's got a shielded harvester, and he's going to be harvesting on that Tiberium, which means that he's doing the same thing here. Jackster, he's got 2 and 1 on this field. He's just getting in that rocket harvester now. I'm not sure if anybody went for the blue tip field. I don't see any harvesters going in that direction. So both the players are just going to skip on the blue tip just for now. Looks like zTipzee is going to go for some secret tanks, which is classic Scrin style here. He's also got a nerf center, so it looks like we might be able to see some dev tanks and upgrade for the attenuated force fields. So we'll be seeing some stuff coming on up there. Jackster got a Pitbull out here. He's trying to scout into this base of zTipzee, but unfortunately zTipzee will manage to take it out, so he does not know what's coming ahead, which means there's going to be some dev tanks coming out for zTipzee, so that's going to be pretty nice. And he also has a second War Factory out here, which is quite good. He's going to go for more dev tanks, which means Jackster always going to go for double airfield. He's got a command post up here, so he's going to go for some hammerheads, I would say, because I mean Zerkers are good, but they're not as good as our regular Orcas. And also the ceramic armor has been upgraded, so these hammerheads now will have APM and ceramic armor, so that's going to be pretty good, and which means he will be doing a lot of surface-to-air attacks, or air-to-surface attacks, actually, I should say, because the hammerheads are aircraft. And I'm not sure what kind of infantry Jackster is going to go in. He may put in some rocket squads and/or zone troopers, or zone raiders, I should say, because there's Zocom, and make it turn into zone heads. I'm not sure if zTipzee scouted this. He's building some shard walkers, so I think he is assuming that Jackster is going for aircraft, and he does scout it now. So Reason coming in, then we see a Predator tank out there, which is in the middle of nowhere, against these uncharged or charged Devour tanks. But these Hammerheads now are just going to be focusing on that Shard Walker, take out the air right at the moment. And these 3 Dev tanks are completely defenseless. And both the charged ones are going to go down, which is unfortunate there for zTipzee. He'll also lose another one, expending 1 Hammerhead to take out a Shard Walker and 3 Dev tanks. So that's going to be very good cost effectiveness right there. But because zTipzee has gone for Dev tanks, Jackster has to get something else besides Hammerheads to focus on those Dev tanks, because they can just get charged up. And if you drop a drone support power, they're just going to be repaired up. But here come the Hammerheads again, and they're just going to be focusing on the Shard Walkers. But it looks like with the surface, with the ceramic armor on those Hammerheads, it's going to be pretty tough for zTipzee to control this. He needs something else. I think he needs a hell of a lot more Shard Walkers than just that. But now these Dev tanks are being focused down, so these Hammerheads are working out in Jackster's favor, which is very, very good. In the meantime, zTipzee has got tripods. They're charging up right now. He's getting something from a technology assembler. It could be shard launchers, maybe? Shard launchers or force field generators. Probably force field generators. Actually, maybe charged shard launchers, because that can be pretty good. We see Beacon coming out here. That's an Orca Strike. It could do a lot of quite a little bit of damage to that plasma muscle battery. And those 2 tripods are coming in. Where's the Orcas? There they are. They are Zocom Orcas, so they do a little bit more damage than regular Orca Strikes. We'll see what can happen here. And we do see the shields will go down for the Reaper tripods. No, sorry, that was the shielded harvester. My bad. So not a whole lot of damage. Looks like Jackster's got his recommender hub out with going to go for a Marv. Marv assembly complete. And here comes the Marv, and he doesn't have any barracks out yet, so he's just going to go straight into just Hammerheads. There is a couple of Firehawks here, and they're just camping outside this little area right here. Completely forgetting that there's a AMP control center there. Predator tank is attacking the Buzzer Squad, which is in turn destroying the Rocket Harvester. Just a couple of shots. With zTipzee, he's going to go for some area of his own. He's got some Storm Riders, and because Jackster doesn't have any rocket squads or zone raiders inside those Hammerheads, they're susceptible to things like Storm Riders, which could do a ton of damage and destroy them. But at the same time, Jackster has Firehawks, which can just instantly switch out to the surface-to-air missiles and then just destroy all these Storm Riders. So we'll see what these Storm Riders can do for zTipzee. The MCV is right here, so it can be in a prime location if zTipzee had any ground forces to deal with. But here come the Firehawks, and that was a nice I forget what the upgrade is called, but these I don't think any of the Storm Riders went down. They're going to take out those Firehawks, which is quite good. I have to think of the upgrade that coming in. And we see those Hammerheads are staying right at the airfield because they're just keeping getting repaired. The benefit about Zocom is that they have Rocket Harvesters, and they're just taking out the Storm Riders very nicely. Space Command Uplink. Supersonic Airstrike, that's what it's called. And the last of the Storm Riders will go down to those Firehawks. So I'm not sure if we see a Shockwave Artillery coming in, and that Marv is actually going to get caught out way out of position. It was trying to Marvis this field, but with no support for the Marv, it's going to get instantly caught out by these tripods, and these tripods are going to take out the Marv, which is not good for Jackster. I mean, you don't send in epic units with not support whatsoever. Against a computer, yeah, but not against a real life player like zTipzee, and he's just going to punish it for it. And these tripods did very good in emptying that Marv before it did any damage to his tripods and destroyed it. So now zTipzee's right here. He's got this he's got this base under his control, but a good portion of it was mined by that Marv. But a bunch of infantry is coming out here from Jackster. He's got a couple of zone raiders as well. I'm not sure if he's going to be upgrading them with anything. There's 5 Firehawks on the decks for those airfields, so they could do a lot of damage to zTipzee. But zTipzee's got a second drone platform. He's got to be careful that it doesn't get destroyed by those Firehawks. These Hammerheads are just flying across the map. They're not upgraded. Well, they are upgraded, but they're not garrisoned with anything. It'd be kind of funny if these Rifleman squads were inside those Hammerheads, and they're just grouping up the Hammerheads, just going to go for an attack. The garrison structure right here is garrisoned by zTipzee. He's going to be going for a little bit of vision. Both these players hold 2 spikes each. There's actually 3 secret tanks that are left up here by zTipzee, so this looks like they're just going to be staying there for a little bit. I'm not sure if he remembers they were there. We see the Firehawks are coming in. They don't manage to take out the drone platform, and the force field generators is done for zTipzee, so these tripods are going to be in prime location to destroy anything that Jackster has. But Jackster has another Marv on the field. He has a bunch of rifleman squads and some pred tanks, so those could definitely hold off against what zTipzee is going to do. But unfortunately, with zTipzee having 2 drone platforms, he could just easily base creep with these puzzle missile batteries, and then just place on a bunch of Buzzer Swarm support powers as well. So this rush right here could work in zTipzee's favor as long as he keeps his expansions up going, because both his main field is going back just a little bit, but his second expansion is mined out. So he needs to think of doing something like that. I think that was a Buzzer Swarm support power that came in there. He's doing the stasis chamber, and he will throw down a stasis shield, which catches all those hammerheads and that Marv inside the stasis shield. So now here come the tripods, and the tripods are just going to be focusing on the Zone Raider. We come to see a orbital bombardment coming in, which will take down the shields for sure. But these Reaper tripods need to get close to that Marv so that they can imp it and destroy it before it comes back out of the stasis shield. And here comes the one of the tripods. It doesn't get the imp on the Marv, which is quite surprising, and that Reaper tripod will pay the price and just get destroyed. zTipzee is going to be using these stasis chambers as base creeping tools for himself to place down a bunch of pulsar missile batteries. He needs to place down another some anti-infantry, like a Buzzer Hive, for example, but that doesn't last long against a Zone Raider. And all these tripods just got completely wasted by all these infantry forces from a Jackster, so that's not very good. And he throws on the drone support power to keep those tripods alive, but unfortunately those tripods are just going to get crushed by the Predator tanks, and Jackster is going to be moving in with his infantry force down here, trying to catch all these forces off guard. We see a heroic Rifleman squad, which is kind of well, it's not really that rare, but at the same time, it's like it doesn't happen very often. And zTipzee now is going to be controlling this base, sort of under his control. Keep his infantry forces away from his drone platform, but the infantry force is going to switch over to the main base now, and zTipzee's got to get some shard walkers or something kind of infantry here. But I think Jackson needs to hold off and just wait for more reinforcements. Unless he can just use the Zone Raiders to his full extent. He will take out the Warp Sphere, so that means no more tripods for zTipzee, but he does have the Gravity Stabilizer. I'm not sure if he has another War Factor. I don't think he does. That was his only ground force production structure other than that portal right there. But here come the Firehawks again. The Firehawks are finally on the deck, and they're going to do some bombing runs. A little bit way too much bombs on there on that power plant, but at the same time, he built another Warp Sphere. So that could be pretty good for zTipzee. He's got to get more economy, though, because this field's almost dried up, and Jackster is still doing pretty good. He powered down that refinery because he didn't have enough power for the sonic emitters, so he needs to get that power back up and get that harvester harvesting again. He's going into double barracks production with his rifleman squads. If he does this, he needs to invest. He's going for quadruple barracks rifleman squads. This could be pretty powerful, but all these secret tanks are finally moving from zTipzee, and they could take out the Space Command uplink if he's paying attention, but I think he's just hungry for some harvesters. That's probably what he's going to do. As I was saying, if Jackster goes for this much infantry, he should probably invest in an armory station into field suits, because two field suits would do wonders against zTipzee's forces, especially since when zTipzee has blue shards for his shard walkers. He needs to upgrade attenuated force fields to keep his shard launchers, shard walkers, and secret tanks healthy again, but those secret tanks will get taken out. Jackster is coming in with his massive force right here, and these Reaper tripods will amp that Marf and will absolutely decimate all those infantry forces. Surprisingly, just a couple of support powers will just decimate all those infantry forces. So this was a failed attack here, but at the same time, here comes the Zone Raiders. Actually, there's a lot of Zone Raiders coming in, and they don't have any upgrades, but as Cyberstorm's shown in the game against Unleashed, if you upgrade the Zone Raiders with scanner packs and power packs, they can be very dominant. But Jackster is splitting his forces. He's trying to save his Marv, and it could happen that way. But at the same time, his Marv is empty and it's heavily damaged. He needs to get that back to base for repairs, which will waste a ton of time and make so that zTipzee can get up more anti-infantry and anti-tank. But all those Zone Raiders will be destroyed, which means the Marv is dead meat. And that's the second Marv down from Jackster. He's still investing in infantry. Zone Raiders, I should say. He needs an armory station. He needs the scanner packs and power packs, because then that can just do wonders. He has one Firehawk left, and he does the Stratofighters too, so that's gonna be pretty good. But with the Stratofighters, they can't really help against a bunch of plasma missile batteries that's protecting this entire base from zTipzee. And he's lifting up his drone platform again. I just want to take a look at everybody's money. So Jackster's at 1,500 and unidentified at 5,000. So he's definitely in charge of getting a lot more economy going. And he could, I'm not sure what he's planning on doing here with his drone platform, because if Jackster sees this, he could just jump at his Zone Raiders and just destroy that drone platform, and it's GG for that drone platform. But what's happening up there? Oh, we see the blue tip fields are finally being mined. Actually, they've been mining for quite a while right now, so that's gonna be pretty good. zTipzee's bringing his drone platform into a very dangerous position. These rocket harvesters see it, and they're gonna start firing on it. So I think this might be an indication that Jackster will see that. Oh, we see another drone platform there, so he's going to be going for that aggressive expansion. But unfortunately, he got caught out, and that drone platform is just completely dead, and jump jets away. So that's going to be pretty good. I think that was the second drone platform. Yep, that was the second drone platform. So that's all that remains. That's the last drone platform for zTipzee, and that's at a very aggressive expansion right there. What do you think he's going to throw down? Is he going to throw down another portal? I'm not too sure. The expansion point is could be doing pretty good if one person can capture it. There's quite a bit of tripods here and quite a bit of shardwalkers. So yeah, zTipzee could be doing pretty good damage. But if he loses a drone platform, he could build another one. But there's no Tib left on the map as we speak. We see a shockwave artillery coming in, and that's going to do a ton of damage. Well, he's also calling in the Zone Trooper drop pod. A nice phase. That's a great phase for zTipzee. On almost every single unit in that group just got phased, so that's gonna be pretty good. That'll save him. And now these Zone Raiders are going to be going in, and they're going to be doing a ton of damage to that photon cannon. But now the drone platform is being under attack. But they got to be careful that they don't get squashed by these Shardwalkers, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Jump sets away and focuses. He needs to focus on the drone platform. The drone platform will get destroyed. So now these Zone Raiders are doing pretty good, but they need to get the hell out of there before the Shardwalkers come out of phase, because then they're just going to get absolutely rolled and wrecked. But these Zone Raiders, they're just focusing on that those Reaper tripods. And a couple of Reaper tripods just across the map, powering down the sonic emitter. And now these Zone Raiders are just going to be just decimating all the Reaper tripods. But the Shardwalkers are going to be finishing off the rest of the Zone Raiders. So they're going to be doing a ton of damage. And all the Reaper tripods have been destroyed because of that Marv, which is now a veteran. And zTipzee has lost all his forces. Now he's going to be reeling. And these tripod husks are like going to be prime for the taking for Jackster. And now he's going to have like 5 tripods under his control, which means that, oh no, we see drones. The Buzzstorm support power only gets 1 of the tripods, so only 4 will remain. And now zTipzee, he's got to figure out how to do this. He's still building Reaper tripods, and he rebuilt his drone platform, but he wasted $4,000 getting that back, and I'm not sure how much money he's going to have left. Both players will still have these 2 tip spikes all game, so that's going to be pretty good bonus for both these players. And yeah, the game has slowed down just a bit while this is happening. We're just going to take a quick drink. Oh, that's better. So now we see a nice infantry force here from Jackster with the Marv and some Reaper tripods. We see 3 Zone Raiders inside that Marv. It doesn't have a repair pod, so it's Jackster's got to be careful when defending that. And he's group selecting all his forces to keep them him alive. But a bunch of buzzer squads here from that one single buzzer hive that was left behind that control center. And I think Jackster's just going to destroy that just for the hell of it. zTipzee is getting back his Reaper tripods with the shields. He still doesn't have upgraded conversion reserves, which will have a huge help in aiding against what Jackster has. And Jackster doesn't have the money right now. This is his forest right now. And if this falls, it could be GG for Jackster, but we'll see what happens. He's not building anything. Here comes the Shark Bomb Artillery and Orbital Bombardment coming in, and a Station Shield coming in as well. The Orbital Bombardment will do a ton of damage against those Reaper Tripods and destroy them as well. Shark Bomb Artillery just got those into Emp, and those Buzzer Squads here will finish off, and a nice Station Shield. But oh no, here comes the Zone Trooper Drop Pod, and those Buzzer Squads need to get around it before it gets destroyed. And oh my god, those Buzzer Squads just got the Zone Raiders. Oh no, this was huge. This was huge from zTipzee. And those Reaper Tripods are going to emp that Marv, and they're going to destroy it. Oh my god, this is so close. This is going to be really, really close. That one Reaper Tripod has been destroyed, and those Buzzer Squads will take out the rest of the Zone Raiders, and that Marv will get destroyed. Those 2 Reaper Tripods are all that remains for zTipzee. Oh my god, and that one single Zone Raider squad. Will it fall? Yes, it will. Oh my god, that was just absolute get-wreckedness, if that word even existed. But now these tripods, Husks, zTipzee's reclaiming them, and now that'll just add more toward his armory. I'm not sure what Jackster is planning on doing with these Reaper tripods. He's going to just destroying them. Throws on the Orca Strike, does a little bit of damage to that Reaper tripod. But those Reaper tripods our Husks will get destroyed by Jackster, and that means that Jackster is in the is not in the driver's seat anymore, like he once was. And this means that these Reaper tripods are going to be the savior for zTipzee, and he's going to be powering up his Reaper tripods. And I think right now he knows that Jackster is weak on the ground and in the air. So that means if zTipzee can just roll through with his Reaper tripods, he is going to go for some Shadow Walkers too, just to keep against anti-infantry. And these assimilators, they can't reclaim anything, so might as well capture some expansion points and or control centers or more tip spikes. But the Marv is back out now, and this is the last savior for Jackster. But the MCV is going to be under attack now, and he finally charges up those Reaper tripods, and they will take out the construction yard, which means no more construction operations for Jackster, and this expansion is as good as dead. Can't hope to save it. This Marv is all that remains for Jackster. He had to sell his Recommander Hub to put that Zone Raider squad inside that Marv to keep it alive for just a little bit longer. But with this many tripods, it's going to be pretty hard for Jackster to hold this off. These simulators are still stealth, well, they're standing still. I think Tip Spike is going to get reclaimed to zTipzee, and he's going to be throwing in the Icor Seed, and just to charge up his tripods. I'm not sure if he's going to be upgrading anything from his technology center, but nope, it's not going to be anything else. He's going to be charging up the tripods, and that's going to be pretty bad. That Marv should not engage like that. If Jackster is just to survive, he has to keep that Marv covered with these hammerheads, and they do have the zone heads in them, so that could be pretty good. But they have to watch out they don't get caught out of position by those Shard Walkers, and that Marv could not be more out of position than it already is. And zTipzee can literally just go emp that and destroy it, then that'll be the end of the game. I think the whole reason why Jackster is doing that is so he can get some more economy from that Icor Seed that came in. And here comes the Shock Artillery, and it does power down a couple of those Reaper tripods. And here comes some Mecha Pays also coming in, and they're just going to wreck all those hammerheads. And now that Marv has been emped, and it's going to get destroyed. Calling in the Bloodhounds as a last resort, but unfortunately the Bloodhounds can't match up against the Reaper tripods, and they're all going to get destroyed. This is going to be GG for Jackster. He cannot come back from this, and Jackster has been defeated. Pretty good game. 23 minutes and 42 seconds. So skip all that. Units graphed, structures graphed, resources, quite surprisingly, was pretty even the entire game. And stats, 232,297 to Jackster, 236,250 to Identified. So that was a pretty close race. Only $4,000 in favor of zTipzee than Jackster. Okay, so there's a game on Tournament Creator. My name is Cabal, and I'll see you guys next time.